the purpose of today's event is to launch our new report, which is looking at the need for a far higher level of refurbishment of the commercial property stock, and the fact that the existing incentives and initiatives from government are not going to make that happen. So within GVA's report, we've outlined 4 ways that we think we can engender this much faster refurbishment.
We're looking at stamp duty land tax, we're looking at business rates and what we call a green fund to be created, we're looking at some exemptions on rateable plant and machinery, and also we're looking at an improvement on capital allowances.
What we're doing today is bringing together interested parties in both policy and legislation on the one hand and the practical operation of buildings on the other. So we want to understand how the policy and legislation can be improved, can be strengthened, can be simplified, and how then the marketplace can react to that in a practical and efficient way.
I think what we really need is to get government to sort its act out, to speak with a more unified voice, and to understand that incentives are needed in order to support and complement the regulation that they're bringing in to steer industry towards more retrofit.
I think the issues raised identified some of the complexities that we're all dealing with. There was certainly call throughout the meeting for simplicity.
I think there's a pretty clear consensus that EPCs are a very rough and ready measure coming out of the standard assessment procedure and the building regs background. It was a quick and easy way to build on existing expertise, but it isn't fit for purpose now.
I think my concern about the possibility of using stamp duty land tax would be whether or not it would be perceived as regressive, whether or not you would be seen to be effectively penalising people in buildings less able to afford to improve those buildings and actually benefiting premium buildings and people who are better placed to spend money on them.
I think for us, one of the key areas we'd like to see more focus on is how do you bring the occupier into the game. I think the business rates solution does offer at least a lot more engagement with the occupier.
I think the rating proposal received the warmest reception. People do understand the rating system generally, and it's not a huge change, step change in the rating system that was proposed.
One of the things I highlighted in my comments was the fact that knowledge and understanding of this area is still very, very patchy across the industry. We need it to become much more of the norm, the way people think about occupying, owning, valuing buildings. And it needs to become, as I say, not something that just sustainability experts talk about, but something that's part of everyday business.
I think the discussion today made it very clear that the actual key actors in the property sector, the building owners, but also particularly the building occupiers, the tenants, have a key responsibility to actually address their actual energy use, their behaviour, the way they engage with their facilities and management systems, and through that with the building stock itself.
I think the important thing about GVA contributing to this debate is it helps to encourage the conversation.
We got a really positive outcome from the experts who obviously understand their topic area really, really well. I think we've stimulated the debate which is needed, and hopefully that can be taken further within the industry.